Hiya!
Hello!
Welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitching, geeky. I'm Cece.
I'm Dammy.
And we're very glad to have you today. Today is Sunday, the 23rd of May, 2021, and this is episode 444. It could have only been better if we had recorded it on the 4th of April and then had more fours, but it's okay. We'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all of our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. Dammy's back with me. School is keeping you busy, and so we are glad to have you whenever you can join us. So we got quite a bit to talk about today. I got a lot of yummies in the post this week, Dammy. That's okay. Love it. So we probably should get started so we can talk about everything. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on her needles.
As always, in my little kitty bag from Little Fish Stitches, I am working on birthday socks for my bestie Katie's oldest son, Noah. Oh my gosh, side note, I about lost it yesterday because Katie texted me that they're coming back to the States this summer, and so I'm going to get to see them all, and I'm very excited. So, actually, you know what I probably should do is I probably should just text her and ask her if I can just give Jeremy and Noah their socks while they're here, and that way I don't have to ship them. I can give them to them in person. That would be great. Okay. Birthday socks. I'm working on Noah's birthday socks. This is my French vanilla cappuccino sock pattern that you can get on our website.
JavaPearlDesigns.com.
Yes, I'm doing these on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is West Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply in the Fairy Lights colorway. And here is where I am. So this is sock number 1, and I have made it through the heel and I have started on the leg. I did not cut out yarn. I just went ahead and went with the stripe pattern. So because the red and the pink stripe are on the heel, so there's 2 blue stripes in a row, but I think that's fine. I don't think Noah is going to care. So, and I think I talked about last week that Noah is currently wearing Katie's CC socks. So I'm knitting his socks the same size as I knit for Katie and for Dammy and for me. So I'm sure he's not done growing, but for the time being, he's wearing CC socks. Size for his mama and Dammy and I. So, so I'm making good progress on these. I think I should be able to have this first sock done by next week's episode, and then cast on the second one. I love knitting with self-striping because it's like, ooh, I just want to do one more stripe of color. And it's so much fun to be knitting with West Yorkshire Spinners. Again, it's like my favorite commercial sock yarn, and I have enough of this yarn that I think I'm going to knit a shorty pair for myself out of this same yarn, because I have a lot of the more like traditional sock length, like, you know, like the mid calf, not mid calf. Anyway, like the traditional sock length socks. I have a lot of that size, but I don't have as many shorty size, shorty height. So I think I'm going to knit some shorty socks for me out of this as well. So that is what is on my needles, and a preemie hat is about to go on my needles as soon as I finish making the pom-pom. I don't know, my brain went bloop, and I didn't make the pom-pom for my hat yesterday. So I'm doing that right now, and and then I'll start knitting on it. So that is everything that's currently on my needles, but I do have an FO, so let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
Here we go. I have another finished project in the next segment too. Ooh. But in this segment, I'm going to show you my knitting finished project. This is my 20th preemie hat for the year. Yay. This is from my free top-down preemie hat pattern you can get on our website.
JavaPearlDesigns.com.
Yes. I did this on US 6s, 4 mil needles, and the gray is Red Heart Soft in the light gray heather the light gray heather colorway, and then the other color is Uru Yarn Sugared Worsted in the Roses colorway, and I bound off with that as well. So it's got the Roses colorway has some sparkle, but I don't know if you can see it. So 20th finished preemie hat for the year, and I'm starting number 21 right now, and it'll be done today. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's the only thing knitted that I finished. But like I said, I do have a cross stitch finished. So we should move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. What do you got, Dammy?
I am still working on this flower bookmark. I realized I forgot to do a section of a color before I started on the next color, so I'm going to do that.
Yes, but currently you're organizing your flosses in, or did you finish?
No, I'm not.
Organizing your flosses in this, I think that one is called the Bendy Flip. They have different names. You want to just show them what I'm talking about? So if you put your little flosses down in it, and then on the back side it also has a big pocket. I was using it in my project that I'm about to show you, but Dammy was digging around in their bag looking for flosses, and I was like, oh, let me let you use this one because I have another one. So I am going to do a custom order to get one big enough for my Edinburgh Castle flosses, because what you can do is if you're using like fancy flosses, if they're not on bobbins like what Dammy's using, you can just wrap the floss around the card and then stick it down in the little pockets. So that's what I'm going to do for my Edinburgh Castle. Is I just need to contact Bags Plus is who makes these and ask for a custom size one. So yeah. Okay, do you want to say anything else about your project other than you were just like you forgot a color? It's from a little freebie thing that came in the mail, and they're like, buy our cross stitch something or other. So, and Dammy liked it. So, okay, I have an FO. It's in my Stitching High Notes Sunflower project bag. This is like the original version of it. She's like got different versions now, but this is Helianthus Spiking Circles. The green is a lot more this color, where I'm holding it back here, versus up here it looks a little more washed out. This is a pattern Helianthus Spiking Circles. This is a 14 count green Ada, and I used mostly called for DMC. I had to sub out one that I don't remember if I didn't have it or if it was too close to the color of the green Ada. So anyway, but I'm really pleased with how this turned out. It was lots of fun to do, and this will not be my lasting circles pattern. She has lots and lots of fun ones. I have one that came in like Needle Society box, but I want to say she also might have something like coffee related. So I want to check and see, because that might be something in the future that I do. But I love how this turned out. I would love to finish it with like maybe similar to how I finished that one up there on the wall, Dammy, that I did on the green boards that says, one day I'll be so loud about who I am that I'll forget what being quiet out of fear felt like. And I used a sunflower ribbon around it kind of as a frame and put sunflowers on it and everything. So I think that something like that would be really cool to finish this on. So, but it's going to go in my stack of FOs that have not been FFO'd, and I do have a large stack. I need like somebody to come visit me who's good at FFOing and help me like for a weekend or something and FFO everything. Okay, the other thing that I've been working on is Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery, and all my stuff that I use is in the show notes, and the way I'm doing this currently is I'm doing the 25/7 challenge that my friend Michelle Bendy Stitchy got me involved in. And it's a challenge to pick a project and either do 25 minutes a day on it or do 25 stitches a day on it. So I'm doing the 25 stitches. So I am recording my progress on my Instagram stories daily. And then on Fridays, which is the end of a 7-day, because I started it on a Friday. No, I started it on a Saturday, so Friday is the 7th day of it. So on that day, I do a post to my regular social media stuff. And so on Friday, when I posted, I've done Saturday stitches on this as well, but on Friday, when I finished this square right here, I was at 32,600 stitches out of 265,824, which puts me at 12.264% complete and 6 pages out of 60. So one of the days of the week, usually on Fridays, I do 50 stitches, so that way I finish 2 squares of 100 stitches every week. So when I show this again to you next week, I'll be done with this column. So these squares down here, because they're the castle and they have so many colors, take more time to do than these ones up here that have like maybe 2 or 3 colors in. So, but yeah, there's kind of where I'm at. So that's like, that is like maybe here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of like up here in this part of the castle. So what I'll do is I'll finish all the way across. I'll go all the way across here. And then I'll come back and I'll do the next row of pages across. So, but I'm glad to be back doing this again because 25 stitches a day is more than 0 stitches a day, which is my philosophy about this project. Okay, that's everything for Yummies. There is some cross-stitch content. That's everything for FlossTube. There is some cross-stitch content in the Yummy segment that we will be doing right now. So stay tuned. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Tammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And this week, the Black Needle Society subscription box. This is the box for May, and the theme is Rainbow Stitches for Pride Month. And I did do a separate video of this unboxing on YouTube. But let me quickly show you what is in here. It always comes with with a little pamphlet that tells us details about what's in here and a nice little write-up. And then this is the box that is currently available. That'll be the September box, Cozy Stitching. There's a waiting list, so if you are interested in Black Needle Society boxes, go to Black Needle Society. Actually, I think it's theblackneedlesociety.com. I believe. I'll put a link in the show notes. And then on the back is a photo challenge and then some photos from previous boxes. So, first up in this box is this beautiful scarf. And it starts with a rainbow. And then, can you read that, Dammy?
Science is real. Black lives matter. No human is illegal. Love is love. Women's rights are human rights. Kindness is everything.
And then another rainbow. And that saying is not original to Michelle Bindi Stitchy, but it is one that she says every week on her FlossTube. And this was designed by Hey Atlas Creative. Next up, I can't wait to try this.
You gonna share?
I will share. I have to do all the photos for the photo challenge before we can do that. So this is fruit medley popcorn.
It's like the frosted popcorn.
Yeah. It's made by Thatcher's Gourmet Popcorn, and it's fruity flavors.
Air popped. It's gluten free.
Is it?
That's what it says.
It is gluten free. It does contain milk and soy though, so don't eat it if you cannot have that. Okay, next up we have the specialty Floss, and this time it is from Silks for You. It's 100% silk. It's 8 meters in the Rainbow Pride colorway. Very, very pretty. They recommend stitching with 1 strand of silk. Then we have the exclusive needle minder. And I learned, because they do an unboxing on their channel as well, that you don't have to tear this. Normally you see the little things and you're like, oh, I must rip it. No, you don't have to. It's just a Ziploc. I mean, you can rip it, but it's a Ziploc.
It makes it harder for me to open them when you tear it, because then it doesn't leave any place
Right.
to grab.
So this is the needle minder. It's a metal kind of resin thing, and it says stitch with all the colors, and it's a bobbin of floss. See, isn't that cute? And that was designed by the Black Needle Society. I'm trying to put it back in there. Go back in. We have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful finishing fabric. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And that is made by Keepsake Calico. Just trying to fold it back up so that I can put the label back on. And then we have, I'm going to give you at least 2 of these because they're green teas, and I'm not a fan of green tea. We got 3 packages of tea, and they are from, where's it at? The Tea Book. And one of them is Amy Tea House. It is a Jinmatcha green tea caffeinated. One of them is Fred Tea Mercury. It's a Bohemian raspberry tea. And one of them is RBG tea. It's a lemon ginseng green tea that's caffeinated. So I will let you hit the green teas because I'm not a fan of green tea. Then we have, this made me laugh because I have an entire bag of these in our prize container. These are quilting peels. So you can use them, like you might have seen on my Edinburgh Castle. I use these to help hold the fabric. You can also put them around spools of thread to keep the thread from coming off the spool of thread. So there's those. They were curated by Black Needle Society. This beautiful rainbow teaspoon, also created by Black Needle Society. I'm going to start using this to stir my coffee, and that way you can have your kitties back.
My cat.
Yes, Dammy has some cat spoons. We have this gorgeous fabric done by Fortnite Fabrics. Sorry for the crinkle. I chose the 16 count Ada, and the colorway is Hue, H-U-E. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'll have to stitch something special on that. Could you put that back down in that package while I continue to show what's in here? Just a few more things. Then we have, as you know, appropriate for the world today, a rainbow star face mask made by Daisy Masks. So I will definitely be using that. Then we have a notepad. This is made by, where'd it go? Doodle by Meg. And it says, use your voice at the top. I can never have too many notepads. I adore notepads. All right, 2 more things. Then we have these cute rainbow coffee and donuts stickers. And then finally, we have a pattern by Stitchrovia. It's called Be Kind Always. And I really love that she put in 3 different skin tones. So you can choose whichever skin tone you would like to stitch for the pattern. Isn't that a beautiful, I love the layout of that pattern. Mm-hmm. I will just quickly flash. And then she did a fair, a mid, and a deep for the skin tones. So that's everything that's in the box this month, and I love it. I will be shooting photos of everything so that I can start using all the things because it's amazing. Yes. In fact, maybe I could shoot the photos before we take out the recycling, and that way we can take out the box. Can I just hand you that to set over there? Perfect. So that was Black Needle Society box for May. I got some more Fable bands. I had pre-ordered them. This one is Romance Reader. I can't really see what all is on there.
Books, balloons, hearts, more books. More books.
Yeah. And then this one, I believe this one is what is the word called? How do you say it? The H-Y-G.
Hug.
Yeah, this is the Hug.
Hug.
Hug themed one.
Hug Good.
And it's books and teapots and socks and scarves and leaves and swirls and all kinds of things like that. And then this one is the I'd Rather Be Reading one. And it's, again, books and fruity drinks and watermelon and leaves and all that. And I get the faux knot style. And they don't slip. I don't have problems with them. The only time I really have to adjust them is after I put a face mask on or taken the face mask off. I have to adjust a little, but they don't slip. I love them. I have 2 more coming that it looks like the post office might have lost them, so I've contacted Fable Bands to ask them about what to do about that. So hopefully those will be coming soon. I love Fable Bands. I know they're having a pre-order right now. The pre-order actually might be down by the time this episode goes up, but I highly, highly recommend them. I learned about them through the Black Needle Society because they had a cross-stitch one in a box that I got. So love them. And then, you know my love for stickers. I love stickers. And the Happy Planner was having a buy 2 get 1 free sale, and so I bought more stickers. First up, I got the Bookish set, which has, books, obviously, women with fun colored hair, glasses, plants, cats and dogs, all kinds of things. Look at the cute little kitties, Tammy. And then I got the Free Spirit collection, which is got floral and quotes and symbols and boxes and all kinds of things like that. And then I got the Happy Year, which is got seasonal. So it's got spring, summer, autumn, and winter ones. So, yeah. So I will be using these. I won't be using them for June, though, because I already did my June planner, and I used all the stickers I used were from the Pride set that I bought and showed y'all a little while back. And I did use some stickers from my collection that has shopping day and laundry day and those kind of ones, but the design, I used the Pride one, so that was a lot of fun. So that is everything that I have for Yummies. Do you have anything for Yummies that's happened in the last couple weeks? No? Yeah. You've just been busy with school? Yep. But I show Dammy all my Yummies when we FaceTime. We live 2 miles away from each other and we FaceTime every day. Because we love each other.
I love you.
I love you. And you love pink? Yes. Okay, well then I think that's everything for Yummy, so let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what have you read in the last couple weeks, Sammy?
In the last couple of weeks, I read The Tempest by Shakespeare for the first time. And I also read Atsumori by Zayami.
What did you think about The Tempest?
I think it wasn't one of my favorites.
What is of the Shakespeare you've read, which one is your favorite?
Much Ado.
Much Ado About Nothing. Are y'all doing a Shakespeare next year? No? Which ones, what shows are y'all doing next year?
I don't think I can say it right now.
Oh, okay. Spoilers. Maybe next time you're on, you'll be able to say.
Maybe.
When do they usually release the shows?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I know because Dammy told me, but I haven't told anybody. Okay, and what's the other one about? I saw that when I was doing some stuff for the show notes that it's a Japanese.
Yeah, No is an older style of Japanese theater that was popular in the 14th century, I think. And so we read an English translation of it for my theater history class.
Very cool. Did you say when it was, like, approximately when it's written?
I think 14th century.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I know with all your reading for school that you are getting at least 15 minutes a day.
Yes.
What am I referring to?
The April, May, June read-along.
Wow. So this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you're reading as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. I've been listening to an audiobook this week. And there's a finish line thread in our Facebook group, and by participating in the seasonal RAL, you earn entries into the year-long challenge, and at the beginning of 2022, we will draw 3 winners from all those entries, and those winners will win a grand prize bundle of prizes. So, and there's ways to get bonus entries as well. All the details are in the show notes.
GGKCS.com.
And in our Facebook group. I just realized I didn't mark one of my books finished. Okay, what I am reading. I am continuing to read The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Bessel van der Kolk. I'm reading this for my counseling appointments. I finished reading One Coin Found, How God's Love Stretches to the Margins by Emmy Kegler. That is for my LGBTQ plus faith book club. We are meeting for our Zoom a week from tomorrow. We are meeting on Memorial Day because we didn't realize it was a Memorial Day and it got scheduled. So we're doing it. I finished rereading the 5th book in the Harry Potter series, Order of the Phoenix. I've been rereading that along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. The final chapter of the Second War begins, and Swish and Flick broke it up into 3 episodes. So I still will be listening to more about book 5, but I have finished rereading it. So I finished reading Down Comes the Night by Allison Saft. This had such good reviews, and it wasn't bad. It was very long, and I felt like it went on too long. And yeah, it's a magic fantasy book. So it wasn't bad. It dragged for me, and so I had trouble staying invested in it. So I am currently listening to the new Doctor Who book, The Ruby's Curse, written by Riversong herself, Alex Kingston, read by Riversong herself, Alex Kingston. So I have been waiting. I pre-ordered this, and I've been waiting for it, and it just released this week. I have about an hour left on it because I'm listening to it at normal speed. I'm not listening to it like I normally do on faster speeds, and just loving it and enjoying it. So I have about an hour left on it. And I'm also reading the 10th book in the Kitty Norville series, Kitty Steals the Show by Carrie Vaughn. And this book is set in London. Kitty goes over to London to speak at a conference about supernatural things, as she is a werewolf. And she has a radio show about supernatural things. So that's what I'm reading. Oh, are you getting comfy cozy? Look at that baby. We have a very cute video after the credits of her laying on her cat condo sunning herself. Okay, what I've been watching. House Hunters, all different versions of House Hunters. Container Homes. I watched, there was only 1 episode, so I don't know if this was just like a one-off or whatever. It was called Honeymoon Hunters. And they spent 1 night in 3 different locations and then had to choose which one they wanted for their honeymoon. And they had a budget. And so there was one that was kind of off the grid, whatever. And they had enough budget that they could have been there for 2 weeks. Or there was a really high-end luxury one where they could have had a long weekend. And then there was another one on a beach one that was they could have had a week or whatever. It was funny and cute. But yeah. I'm continuing to continuing to watch Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I finished season 16 and I'm watching season 17 as well as episodes for the That's Messed Up in SVU podcast, which is not safe for children. FYI. I am rewatching Gilmore Girls, season 1, with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. Scott Patterson, of course, played Luke. And he is watching it for the first time and having guests on. This past week, he had Sean Gunn himself, Kirk. And they talked so long that they had to split it into 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. So it's really fun to be hearing from the actors from the show. I watched all of season 1 of Shadow and Bone, which is a Netflix one that was really good. I really want to read the books now. I put a hold on the first book. I just finished last night season 1 of The Magicians, which is not safe for children. It's a fantasy magical school, but it's like a grad school type magical school. And there's also a book series of it, and I have the first book like in my queue to read. A friend recommended that series to me. I'm watching series 10 of Call the Midwife. It always makes me cry every time I watch it. I watched the season 2 finale of Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Oh, all the emotions. I'm watching season 4 of The Handmaid's Tale. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to spoil it. Oh my gosh. Oh, all the things, all the feelings. Season 18 of NCIS. I found out after the fact, the series finale of Prodigal Son. They canceled it after 2 seasons. And I'm watching season 5 of The Masked Singer. I can't remember who it was that was unmasked, but Jenny, one of the judges, her husband was in this what was he called, like Pluck-a-Doodle-Doo or something costume that he was like giving clues throughout the season, and she didn't know it was him, and she didn't guess that it was him when they were trying to guess who it was. It was very funny. Have you been watching anything, or are you just so busy with school you're not watching anything? Yeah. And then I'm listening to, of course, all the podcasts I already told you, My Favorite Murder, random Spotify playlists.
Kevin Pressure, Spotify playlists.
Yeah. That's about normal. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May should be spring owl.
Bah.
This is almost over, actually. It runs through the 1st of March through the 31st of May, and it is for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to spring. We have a couple main rules, as we do in all our owls. The first is that no whips are allowed. Your project must be begun no earlier than the 1st of March and finished no later than the 31st of May. And each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards. If it's not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single comment and thus a single photo in the Facebook FO thread, and that will count as 1 entry. Mm-hmm. You can feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it fits in with other rules. With their rules, that's totally fine.
Oh, is it my turn? Sorry.
I don't.
Oh, sorry, I didn't scroll. I was counting stitches. I apologize. Yes, our Google form. Make sure you fill out our Google form. There's links to it in the show notes and in the Facebook group. That just helps us if you are drawn to be a winner of a prize that it's actually something you'll enjoy using. I don't want to give you yarn if you don't knit or crochet or weave. So, yeah, fill that out, and that way you can make sure you get a prize that you like if you're a winner. Okay, you're next.
We've got lots of wonderful prizes on our screen right now. Thank you so much to all our prize donors. If you want to get closer looks at these prizes, you can tune in for these ones when we announce the prizes, or you can go to our show notes, ggkcs.com, to look at where they came from. If you want to donate a prize for a future owl, you can email us at ggkcs@podcast@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. And you have to be a member of our Facebook group in order to participate. There's a hashtag if you want to post on social media. It's GGKCS Spring 21. Our FO thread will be locked the morning of the 1st of June, and winners will be drawn for the podcast following that. And any winners have 30 days to claim their prizes, or they forfeit it. There's also a chatter thread in the Facebook group if you want to chatter. And people who finished projects in the past 2 weeks are Andrea, Emily R., Jane S., Jennifer B.H., Sarah G., Silver, and Tracy.
Great job, everybody. So keep working on those projects you have. I was going to pop over here to the calendar. You have just over a week to finish your projects, and then oh good, you're on the podcast right after we close, because I'll close the thread on Tuesday the 1st, and then when we record on Sunday the 6th, we'll be able to announce the winners, and we'll be able to announce the summertime and the living is easy owl. Summertime and the living is easy owl. So yeah, so that'll be coming out too. So get those projects finished and posted, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, what is this week's question, Amy?
This week's question was originally asked and answered in 2017, which means if you have questions for us, you can post them.
Yes.
Valerie asked, for both of you, what age did you start designing patterns? What motivates you to design a pattern?
You want me go first? So my very first pattern I released, would you say it was 2013?
Early 2013.
Which was the Rescue Me Chin Boy and Show Me the Stars socks pattern, inspired by Doctor Who, as many of my patterns are. What motivated me to design that pattern was the fact that I had been gifted a skein of yarn, that I had this vision in my head of what I wanted it to be for a sock pattern, and I couldn't find a pattern that met my vision. And so I designed it, and then people, we were podcasting already by this point, and people were like, can I have the pattern too? And so I wrote it up and put it up for sale. And that's when I started designing. So what age would I have been in 2013? Like
I don't know.
35, 36 maybe? Let's see, I'll be 44 this year, minus 8. So like, yeah, 35, 30, because I would have turned 36 in later that year. How old were you when you first started designing? It would have been for this. It would have, yeah. It would. Was it for the first coffee book?
I don't remember.
I think so. I think it was for a pattern for one of the first for the second coffee book, because the first coffee book was just my patterns, and then the second one you had patterns in. So, and what motivates you to design a pattern? Like, what inspires you?
Well, I haven't done it in a while, so I don't really know.
So what inspired you to do the ones that you have released?
Money.
I meant like
being paid. Well, I did those coffee ones, and then I did elementary one.
You did the ones for the Tickled Pink book, so you were inspired by the colors of the yarn to do it. Yeah, so that's a lot of time what inspires us is like the colors of the yarn. But of course, I've done so many coffee inspired patterns. I've done so many Doctor Who inspired patterns. Outlander, Firefly, Battlestar Galactica, Gilmore Girls, Hamilton. I mean, so it's typically either the colors of the yarn or some kind of geeky thing or pop culture thing inspires me to have yarn dyed those colors that I'm thinking, so that I can design the pattern. I have a rainbow one, Catch the Rainbow. So yeah, stuff like that is what typically inspires me. You have some potential maybe in the future, like Hadestown potential patterns maybe that you'll do in the future when you have time. Maybe we'll see. So yeah, that's kind of what inspires us is typically color or something like pop culture related, or like theater related or TV, whatever related. So yeah, that's what inspires us. So yeah, but that's a fun question to like think back to when we very first started designing, because I didn't set out to become a knitwear designer. It just happened. So thank you for that question, Valerie. So Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
You can post it in our Ask the Geeks thread in our Facebook group, or post it in the YouTube comments below.
That's right. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And with that, we made it to the end of the show. Yay! We were trying to get everything recorded before Dammy has to do something for work. I mean, they'll do it remotely. So they're doing it from here, but we just were trying to get done recording before they had to start that, and we're going to make it. So just a reminder about the Pride Owl, the Pride Along that we are co-hosting along with several other podcasters. It started on the 17th of May, and it runs through the 30th of June, 2022. So it's over a year-long owl. And there's lots of different hashtags for it, but our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Pride Along 2122. And if you go to our show notes, there's a video that I did with some of the other hosts that tells you all about it. So you should definitely check that out. Do we have any other announcements? No, I don't think so. I think we're on track to continue recording as we are. So we want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, no matter how it is you do. We're very grateful for you and for your part in being part of the community that has been formed around our podcast, and we are grateful for each one of you. An especially big thank you, love y'all, to those who help support the podcast financially. That money is used mostly to ship out prizes and to do technology behind the scenes. There are several different ways financially you can support the podcast if you so desire. Patreon and YouTube Join are probably the main ones, and that's where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. Dammy, if they want to sign up or want to know more, where do they go?
Patreon.com/GGKCS.
And what about for YouTube Join?
Oh, or click the join button beneath any of our YouTube videos.
Yes. What's another way?
There is a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
We are bookshop.org affiliates, which is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our shop, we earn a commission, as well as local independent bookstores earn money from your purchase. Bookshop.org/shop/GGKCS. And we also, every week, I make a shelf in our bookshop that has like all the books that they have available that we've talked about that week. So that's a fun way to like check out what we're reading. And we are also Amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're in a shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first, click on the appropriate Amazon link, do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway. Dammy, why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at ggkcs.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online. Instagram, YouTube Join, Facebook, etc.
Apple Podcasts, all those things. So, well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a great rest of your week. Make sure and wear your masks if you are in a place that you need to be doing that. Make sure you get vaccinated. You're getting your second vaccine this week. Yay. So I'm very excited for Dammy to be fully vaccinated. I'm already fully vaccinated. But make sure and wear your masks where it is appropriate to wear your masks. And get vaccinated and stay safe and make wise decisions. And stay healthy and stay creative. And we hope you have a great crafting week ahead. And we will talk to you again soon.
Bye.
Somebody really loves the sunshine. Oh my goodness, you're so adorable. Such a cute baby. Oh, I love you so much.